All right, we're back for more After Hours.
Back from After Hours, and look, special guest.
And look, with complete in BoxMac onesie.
Complete in BoxMac onesie. I like this auto jiggler myself.
So moving on to Reddit.
Sure.
Due to recent Plex discussions, I'm just waiting for one of my friends on Plex to find this and ask about it. BoxMac is now on my Plex.
They've done it.
Yeah, they tagged all the metadata.
But when the world ends, or when you don't have internet, there you go.
And I see he pulled down the graphics of the various volumes.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be done until there's extras and after hours and unboxing and all that kind of stuff. I was watching one of my other favorite YouTube channels and noticed a familiar tune.
Familiar tune.
From Card Kingdom, as well as the Patreon support.
This is our song.
Yes, the Wheat Stall.
They're playing our song.
Yes. All right, you got to get into the auto jiggler.
I can jiggle you a little more if you want.
She likes the lights. She likes the I think anything that's kind of like a little bit designy. Ooh. She seems to dig.
Ooh, she really likes it.
And she gets kind of stompy. This seemed relevant to your interests. And it's these like Velveeta cheesy bites.
So let me tell you, I have actually had these. They are pretty bad.
Yeah.
The outside is really thick, but it actually does a really bad job of keeping the cheese contained inside. And it doesn't taste very good at all.
Mac and cheese bites aren't really my thing to begin with.
No, and there's actually no pasta in those. It's just Velveeta bites. It's just cheese.
Right.
It's like a mozzarella stick, but worse.
N-Choose-K says, Junt et al. Introduced me to Cracker Barrel, and my life has been at least 0.32% better because of it.
Well, there you go.
I live a pretty awesome life, so that uplift is actually more impressive than it might appear at first blush.
Hey, even 1/3%, it's if that's all we can do for you, that's good enough.
And then in regards to the breadcrumbs, they said, I'm assuming the breadcrumbs will be placed in the trash where they belong.
Yes.
Ragmog says, this is a thing in Sacramento, and it isn't the worst. It's a refrigerated Mac, though.
Hormel refrigerated. I have not seen this product, though I would give it a try if we did. Beef stew.
Yeah, that's what started beef stew, you might remember.
Yes.
J Celsius says, in a parallel dimension with crappier production value, Junt's Mac in the Box edits you as a Jack in the Box.
I get it.
MRW, what does that mean?
My reaction when?
I watched someone try to caramelize onions in a covered saucepan. It's this angry.
She's just kind of surprised and shocked, I think.
Gloria, what's your reaction? Stomp, smile.
Stomp.
Hi. Yeah.
I'm just so distracted by the beautiful baby.
Yeah. I don't know why I did this, says Bag of Socks. And what they've done is transplanted my face onto your face.
But they didn't go the other way, so they're just two of you.
Right. And it says thick cream. Thick spelled to mean a hot lady's thickness. Regarding the Mac Magic, J Celsius says, I had high hopes, but if anything, it seemed worse. Really, this just makes me think I could design a much better product. Put the handle on the side, make the ingredient hole TM larger, add some sort of adjustable vent to eliminate over-roiling. Then again, how niche is this market? Even with a design that worked flawlessly, what number of people would buy this? Reminds me of all those unitaskers that Alton Brown rants about.
That's right.
Yeah, this is a doomed concept. Oh, noodle.
Yep, just buy yourself a good pasta pot with a built-in strainer, you're all set.
Chrissy says, I feel like everyone is missing the part at the end with Kirby cooking in a bathroom from that episode.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that part, you really should go back and investigate it.
The comments are far too tame for people to have watched that part and not been completely aghast.
Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Andrew Cooks Food in the Bathroom at Work. Make sure that this gets into the fridge.
Breaking news, hastily scribbled Junt from a recent Jackbox party pack session. Fan art? And it's this. Now, I don't know any of those words.
Not now, Kitty?
Not now, kitty, it says.
That is a hastily scribbled Junt indeed. There's a certain artistic flair to it, though, isn't there?
There's something to it. So there's this guy, the Reddit user is just a bunch of letters.
Yeah, random.
This person with multiple accounts has posted on our YouTube channel the same exact comment. And I'm going to talk about it now.
Okay.
Because they're baiting us, and we're not going to take the bait. We're just going to read about it.
We're going to rise above.
I dare you to compare your best Mac to this recipe. Recipe 1/3 to 1 cup goat milk, depending on how thick you want it to taste. 2 tablespoons butter, 1/2 to 1 cup sharp cheddar cheese, 2 tablespoons of paprika, 2 dashes of basil, a dash of oregano. I vouch for the last person who suggested something similar to it.
The paprika is going to be good, but the basil and oregano is going to make it taste like an Italian dish pretty quickly.
Could be crap.
I don't have the ingredients, or I'd try it right now.
Would you really?
No.
After all that baiting and goating
I wouldn't.
and goat milking,
Goat milking. Goat milking.
does anyone else find this to be true? It says this tab will not open the box. So these are people
Never
who
use that tab, yeah.
right. Do they suggest you do that?
Yeah, that's how they think you should open the box.
No, no.
I just pry it open, full form.
Shakeway All-Star says, I just jabbed my thumb through the perforation and ripped the whole top off. It's easy once you do it a couple times. So they're defending it.
You can open the box however you like. Whatever floats your noodle.
June Snowpaw shared this. It's called Mac Porn. And it looks to me like a Cracker Barrel-like Mac.
Yeah.
And then a zoom out in 30p.
And there's some flickery fluorescent lights, though.
I thought that the GIF was going to last a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
So I made a comment. I like to read my own comment.
Very well.
For some reason, I thought I was going to be treated to some weird video of another bowl of Cracker Barrel ringing the doorbell, this one letting it in, some awkward dialogue, and eventually this one going down on the other, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
I thought the zoom out was only the opening shot, like this mac and cheese putting on its earrings or something. It felt like the beginning of an early 90s porn.
It did.
Kilakana shared hitting it at just the right angle, and it's water going through a noodle.
That is very cute. I saw this and I was just kind
Charmed.
Yes, charmed. Perfect.
Charmed. About the Korean spicy macs, spicy ramen. Hugum Wugums
Welcome, welcomes.
says, being from Malaysia, where BoxMac is either hard to find or really expensive, Kraft Deluxe is $5. I love this episode because it had something I've had an experience with. A few moons back, being curious and hungry, had 2 packs of the really spicy cheese, and the next few toilet experiences were definitely ... fun .
Yeah.
So a Malaysian fan, did you even know it existed?
No, I didn't even know we had any. I'm glad we do.
Special 2 plums for 1 says, the only thing missing from Ashley's mac on the July 4th special, this Lone Star pasta mac from Texas.
I think that's cute. I like those Macs that Ashley made for us. Over time, I've only liked them more.
Yeah, you've thought about them,
my
you're like,
mind.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Been craving mac and cheese after marathoning the BoxMac playlist. The lovely homestyle made by me and my girlfriend. This is from Smack That Isaiah. A really baked looking, yeah. Sorry.
Not
And
my
some like
wheelhouse.
slightly burnt corn.
The corn looks pretty good. Just take the breadcrumbs off. You're fine. Don't you
He followed up, despite John and Frankie's complaints, we both love the crumbly panko breadcrumb topping.
That's for you.
Land of Always Winter posted something called Roux Wisdom. It's humbling when you realize that even 3-year-olds knew about the cheese roux before you did.
Then you add your milk. Yes. Oh, it just looks delicious.
Now we have to stir it.
And
Why does it have 1.7 million views?
And 3 million subscribers. 3 million subscribers! It's not at least BuzzFeed is like very produced. Baby, are you gonna get us some more views? Should we put you in every thumbnail?
Every thumbnail. How about every thumbnail?
R. Bale, that's Ryan Bailey, I think.
Yeah.
He says, I don't buy a lot of physical media these days, but I try to make sure I have the classics. And look, we're part of his lineup.
Look at this. This. I feel like we're in a real place of honor next to some really big titles here.
Band of Brothers,
Apocalypse Now, Lord
Lord
of the Rings,
Indiana Jones, Star Wars,
and BoxMac.
and then
That's
BoxMac.
some high praise.
Infinite Fractal Craft Dinner Hedron posts Apaco.
Oh yeah, this infinite noodle.
Infinite noodle.
I'd like an infinite noodle.
Boner Balls, after we did the episode where we sang some Cat Stevens,
Yeah.
said I could listen to a whole Cat Stevens cover album by Frankie. They were right, I'd agree, but it's them they know, not me. Now there's a way.
I think you kind of do have a really good voice for Cat Stevens.
For just specifically him.
Yeah.
And then Boner Balls followed up. I think a cover of the song Tea for the Tillerman with Junt on piano would be amazing.
Ooh.
I just re-listened to the song and thought, Frankie does an amazing impression of him. Wine for the woman who made the rain. You know that song, right?
I do. I'm a big fan of mine.
Do you think you could play it on the piano?
Maybe. I'd have to like review it a little bit. It was a big favorite of my father's.
It's only it's like 50 seconds.
Really?
It's a short song. Some expensive new Oprah Max from Kraft to try soon, says Chatty's Groove. Kraft partners with Oprah for new, that's good soups and sides.
See, I don't think they're actually going to be good because look at the options we got here.
Baked potato
soup with cauliflower puree. Broccoli cheddar soup with butternut squash. Mashed potatoes with cauliflower.
With
3 cheese
cauliflower.
pasta with butternut squash.
Incredible that this Oprah Winfrey went from like a Sally Jesse Raphael kind of trashy daytime TV.
She's got an empire.
It's really an incredible thing.
Yeah.
There was a period of time there where like my mom would have bought anything she said to buy.
Yeah.
She was just like, she felt like Oprah was her friend.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do here on BoxMac. We want you to buy everything we sell because we
Buy Junt branded products and services.
Yes.
Pasta sauces,
elastic bands.
plastic pans, dog carriers.
Inner Logic says that this is in response to your expansion bay for your TI
Yeah.
80 something.
Sometimes you make purchases in your life and they're just stupid.
I'd argue that the TI 99 4A at least has the potential to have been more powerful than the TI 84. Because you said the TI 84 would be much more powerful than it. The 99 uses a 16-bit processor. It was the first home computer to contain a 16-bit processor. However, TI being dumb and whatnot dumbed it down to 8 bits. The 99/4A was designed for an 8-bit processor, but they were designing a new chip that ran into delays, so they used an older 16-bit processor, but it has an 8-bit bus, so memory instructions take 4 extra clock cycles.
That's right.
Of course, the TI 84 had something like 100 times the RAM and a faster clock.
I agree, but no, it's the TI-84 has way more raw processing power.
Right.
Especially when you take into fact the bus. Isn't that right? That bus is really low performing.
The wheels on the bus are low performing.
That 8-bit bus is low performing. 4 extra clock cycles per through to the 8-bit bus.
She's a good co-host.
She is.
She's like really not getting bored of the lights.
To her credit, I have 3 different light bulbs in these. she's probably very excited about this one because it's a different color. When it's dimmed, we've dimmed them down a little bit, so she's not quite in the spotlight. But she's having a great time.
Good job. There are YouTube comments.
All right.
For one thing, people hated Angry Kirby's Blu-ray commentary on his episode. He got a solo commentary.
Yeah.
Man, people weren't fans. It got a pretty high dislike ratio.
Like more than 50%.
No, I think it was like 5 out of 30 or something, but you know.
Yeah, it's still a little higher than normal.
Checker222 says, oh no, 2 minutes and 44 seconds in and this commentary is almost unbearable. Can't bring myself to thumbs down though because I love the channel too much. So just no thumbs either way.
No thumbs, but it would have been a thumbs down.
Tech Kai says this was very cringy.
Well,
I didn't think it was. I thought he talked kind of earnestly about the experience of being on the show.
I think so.
Going back to the CVS Glitter Bitches episode, Cryptic says, you know, a show about Junt teaching teenagers how to shop responsibly and the wonders of old people snacks would actually be really interesting, lol.
It probably would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What makes a salt and pepper cashew an old person snack anyway?
I mean, if you were like 16, you wouldn't go for a salt and pepper cashew. Would
That's
you?
true. Catalina Cruz says, the only thing I love more than BoxMac is Glitter Bitches. Hashtag Glitter Bitch at heart.
Wow, a hardcore Glitter Bitches fan. That's wonderful.
On the Sprouts episode, TanMan999 says, I appreciate the effort that you put in to always find and include a picture or video of the referenced product, movie / topic.
Yeah.
It has to add a considerable amount of time to the editing process, but it really is the only thing that makes all the references work because it allows those people who don't know what you're talking about to follow the conversation without feeling out of the loop.
Yes, I actually, it really does help, and I think it really breaks up the show. It makes it a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and it does add to the editing time, but it does, like, if we ever look back at this 10, 20 years from now, the clips will hopefully...
And you always source the highest quality clips that you can find.
Yes, yeah. I have torrented 4K versions of movies just so I can get a 2-second clip.
There you go.
Because they don't live on YouTube.
Dedication.
Eric T says, I love you guys and your butts.
Oh, you like a butts. That's good.
Regarding the mummers, the dude who actually sent us the mumming stuff, he had some comments. LMAO, great episode, guys, loved it. I'm Kevin D, by the way. I sent the Newfoundland box. So glad you liked everything. I've been without internet for a few days, so I didn't catch this going up, but I watched it as soon as I just saw it now. My girlfriend hates mummers, by the way, because she found them scary as a kid, and she doesn't know I sent those. So I'll get a bit of a laugh showing this to her now, lol. Hope you get to use those Nudge Macs, which we did, of course, and we hated them. He followed up later when we did the Nudge Macs and said, so glad you guys love the Newfie flags.
Yeah.
I sent the Newfoundland box, and great to see the Mummers song on BoxMac. I know it didn't come up, but in case it ever does, the band that plays the song is Simani, pronounced like Sim and I.
Sim and I.
Sim and I. I used to host the Saturday Irish Newfoundland show on VOCM, a local radio station, and when I first started, I pronounced it wrong once on air and was quickly corrected. And sorry I couldn't send any distinctly Newfie Macs, there really aren't any anyway. Great episode, guys. Keep up the great work. I might have to go buy another box of the gluten-free now to try myself. That was a very surprising verdict, because we actually like the gluten-free most. Look.
So cute. It's so cute.
Look, oohing and ahhing at a baby is one of life's great
pleasures.
joys.
Great joys. Yeah.
Durable 1988 says, I think we really need to look at ourselves as a Mac community and implement some sensible regulation around BoxMac to avoid another salted tragedy like the one today. He's talking about when you oversalted the dinos.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh. It's my fault. It's way too much salt.
Dude, I can't eat another bite. Her first BoxMac experience. Pursuant to that goal, I suggest we implement a sterile Mac rule. He links us to something called the sterile cockpit rule on Wikipedia, and require that Frankie and Junt follow strict Mac-only communication checklists prior to noodle drainage. All this witty banter, good nature, tomfoolery, and spontaneous Disney duets that we all enjoy so much only serves to open ourselves up to a disaster when Junt salts twice over or Frankie overheats a roux. When did I ever overheat a roux?
I don't think you ever did.
I don't think that ever happened. I don't think anybody would put me in charge of a roux. Ryan Wynn, childhood friend, haven't seen him in over a decade, probably.
Over a decade.
He's a huge fan, it turns out. And he says, these 20-minute videos aren't doing it anymore. I need 1 hour BoxMacs to feed my addiction.
If you're a fan of After Hours, you can get it now.
That gets you lots. And, of course, the specials. Last year's Christmas special was 2 back-to-back 40-minute episodes.
That's amazing.
Regarding Ashley's Mac, when she made her Mac, Joseph Earp said, Frankie's aversion to any and all forms of Mac snobbery gives me life. Regarding the Volume 3 commercial, because we put out a little commercial,
Yeah.
I love this comment. This cracked me up. Whenever I hear a new voiceover or see some new box art, I always wonder, how is this person related to the Red Cow family?
Now available on stunning Blu-ray. Get the 3rd volume of BoxMac, featuring episodes 51 through 76, including the 2016 Halloween and Christmas episodes.
Is the voiceover guy Zach's uncle, Nina's roommate from 8 years ago? Paula's dad?
It's actually, who was it?
I hired him off of,
someone.
yeah.
Fiverr.
We did like a Velveeta roundup, like 4 Velveetas. And Ferlix Jerobi says, BoxMac is one of the only YouTube shows I can go back and watch old episodes of. If I'm ever bored out of my mind, I smoke a bowl, put on some BoxMac, and I'm sitting pretty.
Sitting pretty.
XP says, need ingredient hole shirts ASAP.
I'm gonna open up the ingredient hole. Oh, it's too hot to touch. Don't touch the ingredient hole. Did we make an ingredient hole shirt?
No, but we certainly can. So if anybody, it's now much easier to push new designs into production.
Yeah.
So if you've got a really good idea for a shirt design that you want to see.
If someone wants to draw a nice ingredient hole graphic.
Regarding the breadcrumb Cracker Barrel baked thing, Benjamin Santiago's stuff says, I think we need to ask a more elemental question. I personally enjoy Macs with breadcrumbs because of the juxtaposition of textures. Creamy, softer macaroni versus crunchiness of the breadcrumbs.
Yep.
Do you guys inherently not enjoy textural juxtaposition? Another example would be melty ice cream atop a flaky apple pie.
No, I love it. I just have never been impressed with it in a macaroni and cheese. I actually love in a macaroni and cheese if you can get a firm texture on top, like a spoon break texture, so you can make like a really kind of crispy browned top to your macaroni and cheese. I just don't like breadcrumbs because they taste bready, first of all, so they're kind of taking away from the cheese flavor. And they're just, they get gummy too. It doesn't.
Well, they also dry out the cheese.
Yeah.
Right, and so they make so you if you dumped 5 different cheeses into that thing, suddenly you're not going to taste them anymore.
You're going to absorb it, and you're going to taste breadcrumbs, even if you use unseasoned breadcrumbs.
Right. Well, he says, I think the whole issue has been clouded by the idea that breadcrumbs on Mac is somehow pretentious, which hasn't been my personal experience.
It's not pretentious. It's traditional, if anything, but it's still.
You know when it's pretentious? You want to talk real? When like a college student's like, I'm going to make you they could never possibly make you a quote-unquote gourmet Mac that doesn't include the breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs is a shortcut to gourmeting the thing.
Yeah.
Regarding the bacon pancakes video.
Bacon pancakes.
Making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and you put them in a pancake. Making pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes!
Bom, bom, bom.
Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Get into it, Glow. Stomp. Yeah. Rebecca says, this video is so good because of Junt's face as he remembers the lyrics. You could watch it all come back to him in real time, haha. Also, this makes me at least 25% happier upon just watching, so thanks for that. RDK Tutorial says, you could sell out the Greek just lip syncing to this. I'd be there in the front row with a smile on my face and a cannoli in my hand. I would tell stories of that show to my friends and colleagues. How the 3rd hour of this remix hitting one last loop. Frankie passed out long ago from the overindulgence of bacon, and when Junt finally releases the mountain of pancakes upon the crowd. I was there when the sun crept over the hills and the waft of sweet bacon pancake smell flowed through the streets.
Wow. That's some writing.
Some good comments.
Yeah.
Sarah Taub says, I love your show on YouTube.
Thank you, Sarah.
I
love how you back those up against each other.
Boring Chuck. Boring Chuck was a huge hit.
Yep.
A big splash.
Big splash. When we put that out, I was a little concerned. I knew it was either going to go way thumbs up or way thumbs down. I'm so glad it went way thumbs up.
Well, when you do something high concept,
Yeah.
Andrew K. said, best episode yet, I really just want more Chuck. He has the tone of Bob Ross with the charisma of early Simpsons Principal Skinner. Please, Frankie Junt, take a back seat and let the show evolve into its newest and best iteration. Boring Chuck, always and forever, 1,000 years, boring Chuck.
That's a Rick and Morty reference.
Apaco Bring says, you can't just make an episode with beautiful women in bikinis making mac and cheese from a box. The joke being that when somebody said you can't have boring Chuck from Ohio, we did it. They're trying to invoke.
I invoke, yeah, I get it.
And then he says, waits, hopefully. The Twister production says, I need a Boring Chuck spin-off series now, or a feature-length Sexually Chuck, where every girl wants him, but it's just too much for Chuck. Lauren Jank says, this is the internet I signed up for.
All right, she's getting her internet.
Hollow and Wolf says, I think Boring Chuck will take over the show next year, or he'll get his own spin-off if this keeps up. What can of worms have you opened? It begins now, Red Cow Media. You have opened the door to your worst nightmare. You've invited him in, the demon that is boring. Now you too will start to feel more boring. You will find 2 terrible Macs in the next 5 videos. I hope you can fight off the evil of the boring. May you have faith.
Whoa.
On the naughty episode, the rated R episode.
Oh, yes.
Brandon Armstrong says, swear Junt is best Junt.
I'm glad you like it.
There was a lot of comments about how funny it was to watch you let it rip. And by the way, Boring Chuck came out Sunday, and that episode came out Tuesday.
That was
non-standard.
Yeah.
Louis Bassendale, that's Louis who loves Eurovision. He's popping up in our lives again.
Favorite Louis.
He says, can I just say all week I've been watching BoxMac. Now I'm getting in trouble from my sister because she is hearing the intro so much, and also she tells me off because she thinks it's so weird. There's a show about mac and cheese on YouTube. On the cheesy ramen episode, we got a lot of comments that were like, we didn't drain the soupy ramen.
You're not supposed to drain it. I followed the package directions. So there are 2 schools of thought on making ramen. And when I was young and we made ramen, my mother would make ramen because it was cheap. She would always drain it, add a little butter, and serve it like that. That is not the correct way to serve ramen. Ramen is a soup. Glow knows. She's upset about it too.
She's getting a little sad. Old Junk Dodge says, this was regarding, we were making some jokes about Bob Backlund on the cheesy ramen episode. Guys, if Bob Backlund was in that kitchen with you guys, he would drop all of you.
You're right.
He is one of the most famous wrestlers in history and super tough. He always wears suspenders when not in the ring. He is retired now. This is one of my favorite comment exchanges. This is on the 4th of July episode. Angry Kirby brought his girlfriend, you remember?
Yes.
Her name was Donnie. So Lewis says, great episode, but who the hell is the girl with the pigtails, Frankie? Angry Kirby responded, that's Donnie.
That's Donnie.
And Lewis said, who's Donnie? And Flesh Sandwich replied, it's Donnie, man. Everyone knows Donnie.
Even though she'd never actually been on the show before, ever.
Zach caught a lot of crap on the unboxing episode where he had a pretty bad widow's peak.
Yeah.
Where everybody's making Eddie Munster comments and stuff. Would you like to take her?
Sure. Let me hold this baby.
Sean C. says, next or this time on BoxMac, it's something that makes myself live. 5 stars.
5 stars.
On the Instant Pot episode, Stephen Thomaser says, John, can you publish a definitive Rapid Mac cooking guide now that you have kitchen tested it and it has surpassed stovetop prep?
Sure. I think I can write something up and we can put it on the website.
Wouldn't that be such a good thing for the actual, like, Rapid Mac?
It would be, because, I mean, I actually use it 100% of the time if I'm going to cook BoxMac now. Oh, no. She's not that pleased with it.
Allow me.
I'm sorry, baby.
I've
You've got more EXP. I'm just like a level 2 baby handler.
Fofana Joe says, I love you guys so much. I wait for your episodes like the world awaits Game of Thrones every Sunday. Can you bump it up to 3 episodes per week for your fans that consider you a content drug?
There's the door.
Totally kidding. Now, regarding Careless Whisper once again, somebody says, haha, the look on Frankie's eyes when he knows he'll have the last word in editing.
Yes, it is.
Joe Clark says, Careless Whisper always brings out the truth. Also, on the Schnucks episode, there were a lot of corrections that it's pronounced Schnooks.
Schnooks.
Yeah.
Schnooks.
On the Butter Subs episode, Brendan Weaver says, wait, Lewis from Eurovision gets a shout out? Come on, guys. Your boy has been here since day one.
That's true. He has been around a long time. Brendan, thank you for being such a wonderful fan of the show.
If I remember correctly, he's a South African fan.
And I think he's the only South African fan that I know of that we have.
We got a lot of recommendations that if you're looking to replace butter with something,
Yeah.
a lot of people suggested bacon drippings.
That would be interesting. It would probably be very bacon flavored, though.
I mean, if you're looking to, bacon flavored pancakes.
Yeah, make and bake and put it in a pancake.
I mean, if you're looking to sub the fat, I guess, right? But
butter is such a good fat, though. It's so delish.
What do you think, babe? Now
You haven't had any butter. Maybe someday.
She's had fats. Milk subs on that episode. Paul O'Keefe said, "You guys have EJ right there and didn't try bourbon as a substitute? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills." We were also informed that the reason that the soy milk tasted flavored was because most soy milk is flavored.
Yeah, and actually, I think that Great Value one was really kind of flavored and sugary, so that's why it came out a little weird.
On Scavenger Hunt 4, Blanjo Vogue says, "I love this show, but you really should reveal who had what item at the end so that Junt has a harder time guessing." And we got that comment a few times. So the idea would be, instead of bringing out one at a time and you go, "I think this one was from Nina."
Okay.
You wait until the end.
Incorporate that feedback into the next show.
Grandma's Attic 2017 PM3 says, "Did Fran buy anything?" So my name is not Fran.
Fran didn't buy anything because there's no Fran.
Anything is two words in this situation. Anything.
Let me just say, I loved the NBC Nightly News clip in there. I was so amused by that.
I'm looking for my lady. I see her every year.
I know, I haven't seen her yet.
On to Twitter.
Yeah.
Utility Jegging says, "How much money do I need to donate to get you to say I'm your friend?" And I replied, "0. Hi, friend."
Hi, friend.
And they replied all caps, "Holy cow, you are officially the best YouTube channel ever." Even though I've already seen every episode of BoxMac, I always find myself watching old episodes. Thanks, Red Comment.
Oh, wonderful.
And then they said, "When your favorite YouTube channel responds with 1 minute," because I respond quickly. "Sorry for spamming you, LMAO." And there's a GIF that I don't think really applies.
It kind of does. It's just that guy's really he's really into life.
Tina Matar. "Yesterday I went to California Pizza Kitchen to eat right. After not being full from splitting a pizza, I decided to order some mac. 20 minutes into ordering our mac, the power went out. They couldn't cook anything. I left with no mac and cheese."
Oh, that is such a sad tale.
All right, Corbin
Our good
Johnson.
friend Corbin.
He does a lot of activity on Twitter.
Yeah, he's really into the Twitter.
Red Cow Entertainment, "Make a nice display for mac, must have gotten too hard." It's just like a haphazard mac and cheese display.
Yeah, it's really, they tried a little, but...
Holy Low Cost B, 25 cents for Kraft Original. We've never seen it that low.
No, but that's limit 1. So that's a real that's a lost leader, as they say.
The mac and cheese at the Irondale Cafe, aka the Whistle Stop Cafe from Fried Green Tomatoes, not bad.
Really? That's kind of cool.
I just heard Nina gasp in the background.
I actually love that movie too. I'm a huge fan.
I remember you made me watch it when I was in high school.
you didn't.
And I was like, what is this? Hattie B's pimento mac and cheese, holy hell, so good. A pimento mac, I'd be interested.
Really? I'm so not into it.
What do you think of a pimento cheese sandwich?
No, I don't like pimento at all.
Really?
What you packing?
A pimento.
The mac and cheese aisle on the island of Maui at Foodland.
Whoa, this is like rare footage here.
Yeah, but they don't have rare macs.
No,
They've
it's very common. I don't see any Cracker Barrel.
I
though.
do.
Oh yeah, there is some right in the middle.
Had fresh malasades for the first time. Holy moly, so good.
They're really good, aren't they?
We explained it in an earlier episode, but some people want to know what malasades is.
It's just a Portuguese donut, and it's kind of extra chewy, and it's deep fried, and then you sprinkle it, you dip it in kind of sugar, and that's all there is to it.
Okay.
Best eaten fresh. It's so good.
It's basically fried dough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Would you eat Annie's if it was free?
No.
Free Friday download. No. You can get a free Annie's. Come on, not even that aged cheddar one that's pretty good?
I'd pick a box up and drop it in the food donation bin.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Cryptic says, "Did you guys see the video Brisk Cupcake posted? I thought it was a bot, but I guess not."
Yeah.
We saw it, all right.
So BoxMac.
Lunchbox says, "Junt always makes me smile. Happy Junt," and makes a little gif of you hugging a trash.
Yes.
So when we posted Backtrash this year, not everybody had gone through the backlog and figured out that Backtrash is always an April Fool's joke, where we say we're not doing BoxMac, we're doing Backtrash.
That's right.
So this poor person, Kelly Ray, says sad but excited for new things.
Yes.
Meaning she would have stayed with us. She would have kept watching Backtrash.
That's right. Forever and ever.
Somebody wrote Kraft a letter. 7-something says, "Kraft UK made good on their refund when I complained how awful/different their UK BoxMac tasted." And there's a letter here from Kraft Heinz.
Yeah, a lot of these places will do that.
It's like, sorry about your issue. We really appreciate it.
And I've done this a few times, and they will definitely send you a coupon. Even if, I wrote to Pepperidge Farm that I thought it was a bad idea when they closed their little store, and they sent me a coupon for a couple things. I'll never.
Go to some store that's not nearby.
Yeah, go to expensive store.
So we did that 3-ingredient mac from J. Kenzie Lopez. I tweeted him, and he watched it, and he said, oh man, I lose to Kraft. Thanks for giving it a fair shake, guys. So good sport, but somebody was like, no, these guys didn't do it right. And he says, yeah, they didn't follow the instruction to add water until it's creamy. No reason it should get stiff/clumpy. And he is right.
Yeah, we could have done better. I think you actually made it again, didn't you?
Yeah, and it was pretty good.
It's actually the same kind of concept as I do every time I do the rapid.
The Rhino fella says, finally finished marathoning every episode of BoxMac. Oh, Noodle, what a great show.
Well, that's wonderful.
I like the idea somebody marathons the whole thing, you know?
That's probably a lot of fun.
Also, the fact that Red Cow Entertainment has far fewer YouTube subs than I do is a goddamn crime.
I agree. I don't know.
Maybe you can use your platform to help us.
Yeah.
Takai says, Red Cow Entertainment, you guys should spend the night at a haunted house Scooby-Doo style.
I don't really go in for haunted things, so as long as the bed was comfortable, I'd be fine.
I'm gonna be like, who are you, Trenholm?
Yeah.
With these kinds of ideas?
These guys should have rented the Mystery Machine.
The Mystery Machine, what's that?
Scooby-Doo's van.
Oh, yeah.
Out front, if you have any exterior shots.
Oh, yeah, that'd be hilarious, right?
Tweeting Archivist says, you need Red Cow Entertainment in your life. It's a YouTube channel with a whole series dedicated to making tasty mac, and one of the contributors is vegan.
That's a lovely comment.
And that's it for Twitter, and the only thing left on our list of to-dos is to go down the Patreon.
Patreons, you know, it pleases me so much that we have so many supporters.
That's quite a few. So we've got two. We got John Sintz and we've got Rexman2000, who both donate $30 a month, which is quite a bit.
That's amazing.
And Rexman has now donated $120 lifetime, and John Sintz $90. And I also know that John orders stuff, so that's pretty
just
cool.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, guys.
In the $10 category, you got Joe Fallaber, William Nealis, Chad Dierks, Joseph Earp, Brandon Tunney, Michael Buchan, Ron Bluning, Kathy Rodolico, Gary DeRoche, Sid Bruton, Jacob Manhart, Bryson Men, Megan Callan. We're almost done, sweetie. And Ryan Bailey. And then in the $5 or less category, we've got Quinn Yowell, Candice Asur, Ross Lancaster, Adam Gross, Sam Duncan, Dan Todd, Bethany Bates, Mike Duong, Zenith, Sam Crimmins, Bo White, Daniel Whalen, Brian Haas, Mac D, Dennis and Charlie, a family.
Oh, yes.
Edward 40 Hands, Ben White, Jeff Hibbert, and Kieran Hunt.
Wonderful.
And then these people, Joe Fishgar donates 10 a month, but he doesn't ask for any reward. And Brian, Benjamin Santiago, and Requests Channel, Angry Kirby, donate between $5 and $1. That
Thank you so much for your Patreon supporters. It really means a lot to us.
Yes. So that's it for After Hours.
Yeah.
Is anything left to say? Should we get this baby to a mother?
I think we should. She needs a mother. Stop.
All right. Well, see you next time on After Hours.
See you next time on After Hours.
Evie, whole brown rice pasta side. You say it. Say whole brown rice pasta side.
Whole brown pasta side. BoxMac, my parents come here.
BoxMac, your parents cut you off.
My parents.
BoxMac, you got fired from Stop and Shop.
I'm Frankie and I have a BoxMac hat and I have a duck in my hat.
Would you like to wear this hat?
Yes.
Okay, put this on.
Well, can you get my ponytail off?
No, just put the hat on. My hat got stolen.
I'm Frankie. Oh.
This is what she wants to wear to bed. So I'm Elmo and you're
BoxMac.
And she's BoxMac.
Diarrhea.
You want to say the whole thing?
I have bad case of diarrhea. I have bad case of diarrhea.
Bring tea for the tillerman, steak for the sun, wine for the woman who made the rain come. Seagulls sing your hearts away, while the sinners sin, the children play.